Math is so exacting. It requires precision, sequencing, working memory, sustained mental effort. And the other thing that can make this confusing, if you have a child where one day their math abilities seem fantastic and the next day it just falls apart, that's often an attention issue that causes those inconsistencies. So how does that show up? One main way would be careless errors, right? Because math really demands careful attention to detail. You've got to be able to copy numbers correctly, watch place values, make sure you're carrying numbers. If attention skills are weak, kids will skip steps or misaligned columns or, like careless mistakes like dropping a negative sign or missing a decimal point, things like that. So these are often labeled careless mistakes, but they're frequently due to attention lapses. They're doing the work and then they hear something in the kitchen, get distracted, come back, and then go to step 3 instead of step 2, for example. Related to this then is difficulty with multi-step problems. So attention issues and working memory go hand in hand. Working memory is our ability to hold and organize our thoughts, and when attention is poor, it typically manifests as poor working memory. So if your child especially gets older and math is getting more complex, right? Well, attention enables them to hold multiple pieces of information in their mind. Like think of attention and working memory as the post-it notes on their brain holding the information. Well, if it's not strong, they're peeling off and then they miss steps. Following steps in order. So if attention drifts, very similar issues. Steps are skipped. Information is maybe forgotten mid-problem, like in a word problem, or they just forget where they're at in the process. We see a lot of families where I'll hear from parents, my child was fantastic in math, but then they got to like 5th grade and all of a sudden they're struggling. Almost always it's because of school or math becoming more complex and then working memory and attention becoming an issue where they can't stay with those multiple steps. Can cause weaknesses in math fact fluency, because attention affects automaticity, which is what we want in math facts, right? That fluency. So if a child struggles to focus, math facts aren't automatic, processing speed is affected again with attention like I talked about, and they're exerting a lot of mental energy on just simple calculations. So without fluency then, higher level math can become difficult as they get older. Word problems become very difficult because word problems require careful reading. So again, if they're reading the word problem and their mind's wandering, they're not retaining or absorbing what they're reading. Poor attention with word problems will cause their details to be missed. Keywords are maybe misread, wrong operations are chosen. So your child may understand the math. That's not the problem. The problem could be attention issues, which then also can manifest as weaknesses in working memory and processing speed.